Welcome to Win Souls TV. This is your host, Jeff Thomas, and today I just want to talk about territory. Territory. Let me read a verse to you. 2 Timothy 4:2. And Paul is talking to Timothy. He says, preach the word. And this is the Amplified version. He says, preach the word as an official messenger. Be ready when the time is right and even when it is not. Keep your sense of urgency, whether the opportunity seems favorable or unfavorable, whether it is convenient or inconvenient, whether it is welcome or unwelcome. Correct those who err in doctrine or behavior, warn those who sin, exhort and encourage those who are growing towards spiritual maturity with inexhaustible patience and faithful teaching. I have another question for you guys. The last video I talked about courage. I talked about, are you really willing to stand in faith regardless of who is coming against you, regardless of whether the government is coming against you, regardless of whether whoever it is? Are you willing to stand in faith on the promises of the word and to fulfill the things of the kingdom? Today, I just have another question for you. Do you look at your community as your territory? Do you look at your community as your territory? Let me tell you something. The Lord has placed you where you are in this time that you are in that specific place for a specific reason. For a specific reason. Regardless of whether you feel like it or not, the Lord lives on the inside of you. Regardless of whether you feel like it or not, regardless of what you do or not, if you are saved and you are a Christian, the Lord lives on the inside of you. So everywhere that you set your foot could possibly be a blessing to someone else. Everywhere that you set your foot could possibly be a blessing to someone else and an opportunity. There's territory that is around this world that Satan has a lot of control over. And the physical manifestation of them with our physical eyes could be projects, could be places and areas that have a lot of killings, could be places and areas that have a lot of homeless people, could be places and areas where people are just hungry and don't have the food in order to eat, or don't even have money in order to eat, don't have a job. You know, those specific areas. Okay. If you live in areas like that, do you look at those areas as your personal territory as to where God has placed you? Or if you live nearby those areas, do you take your community as your personal territory in order to pray over those individuals, in order to win back those individuals to the gospel and to the word of God? Do you look at those personally and see those as places where Satan has taken control over, and you are a personal messenger that can deliver the word of God and win souls in those areas one by one, winning back those territories? We have to get serious. Look, I'm not a big time minister, okay? I'm not. I'm not that. Or at least not yet. The Lord has told me that I'm going to speak all around the world. But until that day happens, I have to do what I can do. And this is one of the things that I can do, okay? I don't have a huge platform, but I have to do what I can do because the Lord has told me that this is what I need to be doing. There are a lot of us that we are wasting our lives. We are focused so much on our jobs. We are focused so much on our families and our kids that we are missing the point. Our purpose here is to literally fulfill the things of the kingdom. That means ministering to people wherever they are in the Lord. That means walking alongside people wherever they are with the Lord. That means bringing people to Christ. That means praying over people that need healing. That means praying over people that need deliverance. That means praying prosperity over people that have no money, that have no food, that have no means of getting to a doctor. This is our full-time purpose. We have so many Christians that are, well, what is my specific purpose? Until you find your specific purpose, you know one thing. You know one thing. He has told all of us to minister. We need to take back the specific land that Satan is in control over. We need to take back those specific areas as the Lord wills. But regardless of whether he tells you to go into a specific project or whatever, you know one thing, okay? Because there are tools that the enemy has in order to fight us back in spiritual warfare. And if the Lord has not willed you to go in a specific place, don't go, right? But there is one thing that he has told you to do, regardless of whether the situation is favorable, and that is preaching the word of God wherever you are. And so I will say this: we can win back our territories, we can win back our families, we can win back our land, we can win back some of the kingdom as it manifests in this realm of the earth with our own two eyes, as long as we are preaching the word of God uncompromisingly. We have to take it personally that the places that we are living in are our territory. So I'll just ask that question again. Do you look at the community that you live in as your personal territory? And if you do, it's time to get to work. I love you guys. Be blessed.